Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Nevolution Earth. I'm Brandon.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
What? Okay, it sounded kind of quiet. This video, we're going to do a series review of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Game of Thrones spinoff. Yeah, all right. Before we get into it, spoilers and all that, going to get into just a review of the whole season. Yeah, and we'll get into it next. All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. After that first episode, I wasn't really sure about this show. I was like, I don't know. They did some stuff in the first episode I wasn't really liking. Like whenever they started the Game of Thrones music, and then you literally have to see the guy taking a crap. I mean, that was pretty nasty. And then just a constant loogie spitting, just feces, and just I was just like, I don't know about this. What do you think about that?
Well, that's what I don't want to say that's what Game of Thrones is, but that kind of that era, that's what it usually is about medieval time. Kind of
Yeah.
like dirty,
Yeah.
and you need to think about it. They're not in the castle, kind of like in the Game of Thrones. This is like peasant,
No.
where it's outside, not in the castle.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, they did do a good job of showing the people, like I said, in the low places, flea bottom, people that weren't in the castles and stuff, and just like the everyday people, what they were going through, their struggles and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. This stuff after that first episode, I was like, I'm not loving it, but we'll see how it goes, and ended up really liking the series overall.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it is good. Before we get going, did you know all the connections to Game of Thrones in this show?
No.
Because I actually wanted to go over that a little bit. Do you know who the other Micah has another son? Micah has another son.
Who's Micah?
He was the brother of the guy who was the hand of the king. He was
The guy that died.
brother of Baelor. Ended up being living at the end. The other white haired guy, well, kind of the grumpy one. Remember, they were saying two of his sons were missing, and then they did mention at one point that one of his sons was practicing to be a maester at the Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what character that is from Game of Thrones?
No.
Maester Aemon at the wall, the old white guy who was at the wall with John and them. He was like the really old guy.
The one that was blind?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Maester Aemon is their other brother. So that's the connection. Remember at one point he told John like he was next in line to the throne, but he gave it up. And he at one point when he was dying, he was calling out to Egg, and he was like, I dreamed that I was old. And he was like, Egg? That's who he was talking about, Aegon.
The little kid?
Yeah. That was his brother. So that's a cool little thing that if you didn't know it or if you weren't really paying attention, that is in there. That it was a little throwaway line in one of the episodes where
Which one was that one though?
the other brother was at the Citadel training to be a maester.
I know, but which one was it in these? I don't remember.
It was like episode one, actually. It was like one or two. Whenever they first, I think, went to meet the king, when he was like spying on them, and then they called him in, and at some point they mentioned it. But and I also remember seeing some reviews and stuff, and they were talking about it. So that was just something I wanted to bring up. That Makar is Maester Aemon's father also, and there's some other things I'll mention at the end, but yeah, I really liked the season overall. I think the finale was okay. I don't know. I think I wanted a little bit more from the finale. I mean, it was really slow. It's like Game of Thrones. It's always the episode before the last one that's the big
Right.
battle and everything's going on, and then the last episode is kind of wrapping up everything and kind of leading into the next season. So, I mean, what did you think about the finale?
It was good. I would have wanted more too, but I mean, I like how it ended where Eggy came and Big Liar.
Yeah, he started off his relationship with Dunk as a lie, and then ended it with a
With
lie. Because at the end, with his dad was like, "Where's Egg?" He said, "My father said I could go with you," but he didn't.
Yeah,
So,
but say that can be your mystery.
uh,
What is it?
no, it's
Sire,
Squire.
Esquire.
Yeah. So I wonder if next season is going to be them searching for them.
I wonder.
Yeah, searching for Egg. I hope they're not going to say that he kidnapped them again, like the other guy did. Remember, he got in trouble.
That's the reason why they did all this fight. You know,
No,
a
and
lot
because
of
he hit the prince,
yeah.
one of the princes. But yeah, what we do, I said the season does start. We meet Arlen of Pennytree, who is the old guy he's with. He dies at the very beginning, and throughout the season, we kind of learn a little bit about their relationship, and it shows how they met and everything.
And that he lied that he was a knight, that he was knight, because he was never.
They've never shown him get knighted. I
No.
wonder maybe season 2 they'll show that he actually was knighted, but as far as we know and as far as what they've showed us, he never got
He
knighted.
was
So I don't think this guy's a liar. So maybe at some point
He
It-
did got knighted.
it
but
will
before-
show it, but so we gotta wait and see. So I'm not really sure about that. And then to find out about Arlen of Pennytree is what he would nail a penny to the tree, and if he came back to get it,
Yeah,
do you remember what that was?
that was
What
in
he
this
said
last
exactly?
season, this last episode.
But do you remember exactly what that was for?
It was an honor to come back.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of where he got his name from, or his house, or well, he's a hedge knight, so he doesn't really serve a
Yeah,
house.
well, it means that you didn't die in a war, so you come back, and it's an honor to come back and get it.
Yeah. What did you think? Well, I know you like the Egg character. I know everybody's like, "Oh, he's so cute. He's such a cute little kid."
It is.
Yeah.
He like his head is like literally looks like a little egg.
Does it look perfect like mine?
Yeah,
He has a better head than mine.
I mean yours is more
I mean,
oval.
obviously it's fake bald, but they can't be that perfect.
He's like more round.
He has like a bald cap on.
Yes.
Maybe I should start wearing one
You look
of them. Yeah, everybody likes that character. I heard one person say he's better than Grogu. I was like, that's not true. He's not better than Grogu. Nobody's cuter than Grogu.
how they can compare that with? It's not even.
I know. It was funny though. Yeah. I mean, Egg is Aegon. Aegon the Fifth, and eventually he will be king one day. We can kind of talk about this at the end if you want me to spoil some stuff, but
And they already prophesied that he will burn.
yeah, that's what I want. I mean, if you want me to spoil something, I can. I mean, I'll say something at the end and spoiler warning if you don't want to hear it, or if you haven't. I haven't read all the books or anything, but I do know the information. I've like heard people talk about it, and I've seen stuff about it, so I kind of know what happens. Baylor was actually a good character. He seemed like he was a good, honorable man, and if he did become king, it seemed like he would have been a good guy, the one that died.
The one that died, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they were like he was one of the good ones.
Yeah,
One of
everybody
the good
acknowledged he
ones
was
that
one of the
died.
good ones. Because they say, the Targaryen, every time a Targaryen's born, they flip a coin to see if they're going to be crazy or not. Some of them are, of course.
I never understood the brother though, because the brother is the one that stated, right? It's the egg dad. I never understood him.
Micah didn't seem that bad either. I mean, he was grumpy. He was kind of like a, not mean, but he kind of seemed like more stern and more. But I mean, he didn't seem like he was that bad or cruel, right?
I didn't say cruel. I just didn't like there was not much of him.
Yeah, they
Does it
didn't
make
give much
sense?
information.
Right. And obviously we can actually see that he wasn't a good dad either because of the son, he's a brat. He just-
Entitled, yeah.
Yeah, entitled. So
Yeah. Yeah, because one son was the drunk. Darren was the drunk, which also the king is actually King Darren the Good. So I'm guessing he's named after him. I would think so. Because Darren was the other one that is the one who actually took Egg to the inn was like, I dreamt of you, and then he went upstairs, and we were kind of wondering like, who is that? That was him. Remember at the end, he was like,
The drunk? The
"You can
drunk
just knock me off my horse, and I'll get out of the fight real quick."
is the drunk?
Yeah.
He's the king?
No, I'm saying he's named obviously he's named after him, because the king is King Darren the Good, and his name is Darren.
Do they show the king?
No, they never showed the king.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm like you're confusing me right now.
No.
I was like, in what moment was the king? They show the king because I missed that one.
No, they never did.
Okay.
I was wondering who was that character that showed up in the last episode. In the beginning, he was
It
talking
was the
to.
son. It was the son of the guy that died. He said that was my dad.
But we never saw that. But they never said his name. They never introduced him. It was just a character that showed up for one scene, and that was it.
Well, that's why it's gonna be season 2.
Yeah, maybe. But they didn't give a name. I was just like, who is this random character that just was in here? I don't know. I was just wondering that. Let me see what else. That Arian was the big douchebag brother that got everybody in trouble and was the entitled one, and
I
wanted
love how
to- I think
Eggy
it's
wanted
over.
to kill him all the time.
yeah,
I like that.
he definitely wanted him to die. He kind of reminds me of who's the other guy from House of the Dragon, the brother. I can't think of his name right now. He's like the main guy, House of the Dragon. I can't remember his name. He kind of reminds me of him. He's probably gonna be like a character like him, you know, not a
like
good,
the blown
not a
ones,
good
the one
guy.
that has the patch, and then the other.
No, not the
one.
eye patch. The other one.
The one that
I'm sorry, I
burned?
can't remember his name right now.
The one that burned, the one that is actually the king.
No, Rhaenyra's brother. I know he's a main character. I cannot think of his name right now, but he kind of seems like he's gonna be like him a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. But then my favorite episode was episode 5 when they had the tournament, and whenever the guy came out, there was no other knights that wanted to step up, and then the Hand of the King guy came out. I thought it was a pretty cool scene, and then they had the Game of Thrones music coming on. I was like, I like that. That was really good. Well, no, that was episode 4, because then episode 5 was the actual tournament.
Yeah,
Okay, episode 4 was my favorite. You have a favorite episode?
I liked all of them.
Yeah.
There was one that I did get really mad because I was like, it ended. Oh, the one where they were just showing Duncan the Toll, just his past life, how he got to where he was. And then at the end, it ended up into nothing. And I was like, this is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, it showed the fight. That was in the fight, because it started off with they were at the tournament starting, and then he got knocked off his horse, and then it showed his whole backstory, and then it came back with Sir Arlen saying get up, and then he got up and they had the fight. So it did show the fight. They just didn't show the whole thing. It's because their budget. They didn't have the budget to show the whole fight.
Yeah, like I wanted to see more fight.
I know. Maybe next season they'll have a bigger budget for it. But no, it's all about the money. They actually did get the season renewed, so they didn't even know if they were going to get another season. So, but they are going to get another season. The ratings have been really good. Word of mouth has been great on this show, so they're going to keep it going. So that's good.
I'm here for it.
Let's see, Ariana, I'm trying to go through my notes and stuff. Where I went over the drunk one. I know he had his little love interest, Tanzo, who ended up having to leave. She's the one who got her fingers broken by Arian. And that's what started the whole conflict of he wanted to do the trial by combat, and then the guy introduced a trial by 7, which nobody had ever.
Never done that.
They hadn't done it in 100 years. So
He just did that because he knew.
he's a coward. He didn't want to fight. I mean,
He didn't want to fight 1-on-1.
Sir Duncan's a big guy, but you could obviously see he was not a skilled fighter. He needs practice. So
He was just like a big teddy bear.
yeah. What do you think of Lionel Baratheon? He was a funny character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very charismatic, and yeah.
I guess all the Baratheons overall.
they're
I mean, in Game of the Thrones, the Baratheons were like always like
Yeah.
that freely
very free, yes,
drunk.
wild characters. Yeah,
Mhm.
he was a good guy. He was good. He stepped up whenever he needed some nice to fight with him. And then so we talked about Rafe a little bit, his childhood friend that got killed. And they showed their whole backstory, but how they were trying to get out of Flea Bottom. They were scavenging and selling stuff, and the guy ended up killing her. So yeah, started his backstory, and then that's when Sir Arlen stepped in and killed the guys, and then he followed him after that. Sir Stefan and Raymond Fostaway. Raymond was the guy, the red-haired guy that ended up betraying them at the
Mm-hmm.
tournament.
That he went to with the
That
other
guy was
guy.
a major douche.
It's funny how he just came and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go fight with the other."
I traded in my honor for a lordship. Yeah, and then his cousin was he was a good character too.
I
No,
don't
Sir
remember.
Stefan was the douchebag, and then Raymond was
It was
the friend.
yeah.
Yeah, that helped him out. So he was a good character.
It's funny
And
how he got lied that the baby was his too.
yeah,
The
it's funny.
girl was like, "Yeah, I feel like I'm pregnant, and
I
I
was
feel
like,
like it's gonna be a boy too." She
like
looked like 6 months pregnant already.
after one day, it's
Mhm.
crazy. Only other character that I had on here was Steely Pate, which was the armor guy that helped him out, and he was good too. He made armor for him when he didn't even have money for it. Only charged him a copper,
Yeah.
and he was like, I
I
mean,
mean, he felt bad for him too.
yeah. But I know he knew that Duncan had a good heart and everything. But in this world, like people with good hearts usually are the ones who get killed or taken advantage of. So, but it was good to see some good characters, some guys with good hearts in the show. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I kind of need to wrap it up because I got to go to work. But I guess next season definitely be interested. We'll definitely be watching it. Trailer comes out, we'll definitely do that. I wanted to do a trailer for the new House of the Dragon teaser, but when they come out with the full trailer, we'll definitely do a video. We just couldn't get the time; it didn't match up, and it was too late to do a trailer reaction. So, but yeah, besides that, anything to add before we head out? All right. Well, oh. Do you mind? Do you want me to spoil something for you, like their fate? Do you want to know what happens to them at the end? Because the king did say that he was going to send Egg to Summerhall, and
Mm-hmm.
he
He
wanted.
wanted Sir Duncan to go with him.
Well, I'll say they do end up at Summerhall at some point. Do you want me to spoil anything?
Sure.
Before I spoil anything, if you don't want to know, turn it off. Pause the video, whatever. This is I'm gonna spoil their fate and stuff. They do end up dying together. Um, Egg ends up catching the Summerhall castle on fire. He ends up doing some kind of rituals and stuff, trying to bring the dragons back, and they both die in the castle.
Duncan and him.
Yeah. Sir Duncan ends up being his Kingsguard.
But that's gonna be Egg is gonna be old or
It's gonna be later on. I don't think. I mean, they do live a pretty good life, like probably into their 40s or 50s. And said Egg, of course, he does become king at some point. And then the brother who's crazy, Arian, he ends
the
up.
one that always wanted that he wanted to kill all the time.
Do you remember Joffrey mentioned it at one point that Arian Targaryen thought he was a dragon and he swallowed wildfire, thinking it would turn him into a dragon, and he killed himself basically? He wanted to be a dragon, thought it was a dragon.
Who thought it was a dragon?
The
Egg.
crazy one,
Oh.
Arian. Arian, the jerk one that
Uh-huh.
broke the girl's fingers.
Mhm.
He ends up swallowing wildfire at some point, thinking it would turn him into a dragon, and he killed himself. And then said Aegon does become king one day. Duncan is his
Nice.
Knight of the King's Guard, and like the main one. He gets 4 pages in the book, and but yeah, they do end up dying at Summerhall because he does some kind of ritual to try to bring back. It's always them trying to bring back dragons, and he kills himself. So kills everybody in the castle. So that's their fate.
They're
Oh,
nothing like
eventually.
Daenerys that she's just get the dragons, put him in the fire, and then she went and got him. And
No, she's a actual true dragon. She can't burn. I don't know how many characters were actually like that couldn't actually burn. But well, I will end it there. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.